Tonight on OC News, a local sheriff may be facing jail time.
And it's election season at Cal State Fullerton. We give you behind-the-scenes action. Plus our weather forecast, entertainment, sports. OC News starts right now. Thanks for joining us at OC News. I'm Savannah Romero.
And I'm Bianca Hernandez. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalist students at Cal State Fullerton. We start with breaking news. A jury has returned verdict in the case against former Los Angeles County Sheriff Lee Baca. Baca has been found guilty on charge he obstructed in a FBI investigation into abuse charges.
We now turn to OC News reporter Olga Mason, who's in the studio with the latest. Olga?
Former LA County Sheriff Lee Baca was found guilty of obstructing an FBI investigation for abuses in county jails, then lying to cover up the interference. Wednesday's verdict is a devastating blow for the man who once led one of the nation's largest sheriff's departments for 15 years. Public corruption prosecutors from the U.S. Attorney's Office opted to retry Baca following a mistrial late last year. During the retrial's closing arguments, Assistant U.S. Attorney Elizabeth Rhodes said when defendant Baca learned the FBI and a federal grand jury was investigating, he obstructed. And when he learned the FBI had turned its focus on him, he lied. To get a conviction on Baca, prosecutors worked their way up the ranks of sheriff's officials who were accused of conceiving and carrying out a plan to interrupt the FBI jail inquiry. 10 people who served under Baca have been convicted or have pled guilty. Several other deputies have been found guilty of civil rights for beatings they delivered on inmates and visitors in the jails. In 2014, Baca resigned as county sheriff due to pressure from the FBI probe that plagued the department. 74-year-old Baca suffers from the early stages of Alzheimer's disease and now faces the possibility of up to 20 years in federal prison. I'm Olga Mason, and now back to Bianca at the desk.
ASI elections are underway. President and vice president positions are up for grabs. Lydia has the latest.
Polls opened up at 8 in the morning yesterday, with students going to vote for new ASI representatives. Now, ASI is a student organization that provides funding for student activities and athletics. For those of you who have yet to vote and want to, there is still time. Polls will remain open online until 8 p.m. Now, there's also the chance of voting at an election booth. We have 3 of those located throughout campus, one in front of McCarthy Hall, one in the Housing Piazza, and one located here in front of the Titan Student Union. Now, these election booths will open up again at 9 in the morning and remain open until 5 in the afternoon. Now, for those of you who also love to post your day-to-day activities on social media, make sure to take a picture of yourself with your I voted sticker and hashtag it ASI Elections 17 for your chance to win a 2017 free parking permit for next fall. And if you attended any ASI official election event and received a red ticket, remember to write your name and email and submit it to either an ASI executive officer or any one of the booths mentioned earlier for your chance to win 2 one-day park passes to the Disneyland Resort. For more information on ASI and the elected officials, make sure to check out asi.fullerton.edu. For OC News, I'm Lydia Valencia.
This just in, a federal judge in Hawaii has blocked President Trump's new travel ban just hours before it went into effect, which means travelers from the 6 countries listed on the ban will be able to travel to the U.S. A quick update on Huntington Beach pizza manager that was assaulted at his shop on Saturday. Garrett Peterson is still in an induced coma. Peterson talked a little bit after doctors woke him up, but they put him back under. Anaheim residents Bryce Mezek posted bail and Austin Callan was cited. Both of them were currently released. A GoFundMe page is set up for Peterson to help pay for his medical bills. The weather is finally starting to look like California again.
It's about time, but conditions in the east are almost unbearable right now.
The weather with weather, Bree has the forecast.
Well, for current temperatures today, it's in our high 82 degrees, and in the lows it's in a low of 56 degrees. So it's been pretty hot. It's not too bad, but it's pretty good to get warm clothes and just a lot of action in the hot, sunny heat. And for our national news today, thank you. So in our national news today, we have planes. In our planes here, there's going to be a lot more flow with warm heat. So get your clothes ready for the heat and for the warm weather. But as we get to our northeastern states here, it looks like we have a lot more storm and a wintry mix coming in the cities of New York, Detroit, Charlotte, and even Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. So make sure to have your warm clothes ready so that you're prepared for this storm. All this week, there's going to be a pretty severe wintry mix, so just be prepared and dress accordingly. And for our 5-day forecast, it looks like we have tons of heat. So that's a little bit different from what we had pretty much in the months of January and February, but March is sure to shine. So for Wednesday today, we have a high of 85, which has been pretty decent because the humidity has been at a consistency of 36%. As we go into our low temperature tonight, it's going to be a little chilly, but that's okay. I mean, we had a great flow. And on Thursday, it's going to cool down just a little bit at 78, and the same for our lows. On Friday, it's going to be around 81 degrees, a low of 57. And this weekend, we have a little bit of some shine, but not too bad. And it's going to be at a low of 76 or high of 76, however you would like to think about it. A low of 55, and the same for Sunday. So that's great for March. Thank you, and back to the desk.
Coming up, a community gets together to help a local business.
And a Hollywood actor confesses an addiction problem.
Heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Earlier this year, a downtown Fullerton coffee shop announced that it was at risk of going out of business. That's when the community came together to help. OC News reporter Nicholas Garcia recently paid a visit at the shop.
Max Bloom's Cafe Noir in downtown Fullerton is a hot spot for artists, musicians, and writers of all ages and backgrounds. The film noir-themed coffee house is tucked away from all the hustle and bustle of downtown.
The location has hampered it, but it also helps because a lot of people like that. They like the fact that it's, you know, it's just like this little, like, so it's like it's our secret place. Like, yeah, but you don't want it to be too secret because, you know, if it's too much of a secret, that's not going to help us. We need to let people know that it's back here.
At a time when corporate coffee shops have taken leading roles, Max Bloom's is the supporting actor with lots of charm. Owner Kevin Carter says that half of the cafe makes a profit for him, but the other half, that belongs to the artists who gather there.
And I always said, like, you know, if we make enough money on this room, we pay for that room, because that room doesn't make any money in and of itself. Anybody that comes in here that sells something, I don't take anything from that. You know, if it's a musician selling merch or whatever, or the art on the wall.
Kevin recently announced that he might have to shut down, and that's when his customers decided to step up. While for some, Max Bloom's might just be another building on Malden, for Kevin and his customers, it's a home away from home.
Yeah, definitely everyone, you can tell how much this place is loved when we heard news that it might close down. Everyone came together and everyone is still coming together, and tonight is another fundraiser and we're trying to get as much money as we can in order to keep Kevin relaxed and not having to worry about next month's rent.
Yeah, it's been a very rewarding past month, just in how much, love and support, which I always knew was there, but I mean, when people just stepped up, and just like, and everything that they did, it was just like, wow, that's really cool,
Max Bloom's customers are doing all they can to help Kevin. They've even set up multiple GoFundMe pages. And these efforts are working.
I just negotiated a lease last week for another year and a half, and I kept the same terms that I had for the past year and a half.
A good film noir can stand the test of time. Kevin and his customers have proven that Max Bloom's is a classic that's here to stay. Reporting for OC News, I'm Nicholas Garcia.
Adele confesses of a secret Twitter account. We'll now go to Carla Bonilla with all the entertainment news.
Thank you, Bianca. Beauty and the Beast, the most expected movie this month, is finally coming to theaters this March. Emma Watson had the responsibility of representing Belle, and Dan Stevens gave life to the dark and scary Beast. Full of darkness, love, and fantasy, this Walt Disney Picture production has its inspiration in the Disney film from 1991 under the same name, and it is also an adaptation of Jean-Marie Le Prince's fairy tale. The movie is expected to be Disney's centerpiece, and it's the very first animated film to assure an Oscar nomination for Best Picture. Watson's unique personality and energy fit perfectly in the movie to characterize the girl from the woods in a small town known as Belle. If you want to experience a movie full of music, drama, and a world of fantasy, head to your nearest movie theater and get your tickets now for such an amazing experience and magical. And from movies, we go to music, because British singer Adele has revealed that she has a secret, well, not so secret now, Twitter account. In previous interview, she has said that her management stopped her from personally posting in her official Twitter account because she will tweet while she was drunk. The announcement was made when Adele was giving a concert, and while on stage, she told her fans that some people didn't know that she had a secret Twitter account to stalk and critique people like any other normal person. This insane announcement has her fans are making their best efforts in Twitter to find Adele's secret Twitter account to know who she is and put it on blast. And in other news, Ben Affleck recently explained about his addiction problem through a Facebook post. The actor just shared that he had a complete treatment for his alcohol addiction. The news was shared in Affleck's Facebook page, something that I deal with in the past and I will continue to confront, were the words the actor shared. Warner Bros. Has also said that unfortunately, Ben Affleck is currently not able to work as a director for Batman because that role demands too much for him right now, but that he will still produce for the film. Unfortunately, this is not the first time Affleck faces alcohol problems. In 2001, the actor also tried to take treatment for his alcoholism. Let's hope this time Affleck's addiction comes to an end for himself and for his family. And this is all I have today in entertainment news. I'm Carla Bonilla, back to Bianca and Savannah.
Facebook Live has now seen its first high-speed car chase.
Spreading of cars, Tesla is raising money for something new in the works with your tech support. Rebecca has the information.
Well, nowadays, everyone is posting everything on social media. Today, a man decided to document himself while being chased by the police by doing a Facebook Live video. According to Pasadena, Texas police, the suspect, Erasmo Hernandez, had a narcotics warrant search. Police had to chase him from Pasadena to southeast Houston for about 35 minutes before they were able to catch him. The suspect's car got a flat tire about 20 minutes into the chase, but this did not stop Hernandez from keeping his Facebook friends updated on his intent of escape. He now faces charges of felony possession of a weapon and evading arrest. And Tesla announced they need to raise about $1.15 billion between stock and debt before they start the manufacturing for Model 3. The company will sell $250 million as stock as a secondary offering, along with $750 million in debt. According to CNN, Tesla's CEO Elon Musk plans to purchase 96,000 shares of stock, which is worth approximately $25 million at the public offering price. Last May, the company had already raised around $1.5 billion to speed up the production for the Model 3. Tesla Model 3 will be more accessible to the public at a starting price of $35,000, compared to the other two models whose prices can range between $90,000 and $170,000. A total of 115,000 people put down deposits before the car was even released. If everything goes according to plan, they are scheduled to begin production in July of this year. That is everything I have for today in Technology section. Back to Bianca and Savannah in the studio.
It is a tight race for NBA and MVP, and it's almost time for the college finals.
Yes, it is. March Madness is down to the Final Four, and Titan Baseball has a game tonight. Your sports report when we come back.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
It's another top 25 matchup for Titan Baseball tonight.
With your pregame matchup versus Arizona, we take you to Dominique Lawrence at Goodwin Field.
We are less than an hour away from a big anticipated matchup between our 7th-ranked Cal State Fullerton Titans and the 12th-ranked Arizona Wildcats. The Titans have a record of 10-5 and are currently riding a 3-game winning streak, while the Arizona Wildcats come into this game with a 13-2 record. The Titan Bats, they've been red hot, scoring 36 runs in their last 6 games, and infielder Taylor Bryant, well, he's been leading the charge with a .400 batting average, 2 home runs, and 13 runs batted in. Senior pitcher Connor Siebold will take to the mound in search of his 2nd victory of the season. First pitch, 6 o'clock. Let's go Titans. This is Dominic Lorenz from Goodwin Field with OC News. Back to you guys.
Baseball. Bianca, why aren't we talking about basketball? It's bracket season. Let's shoot it on over to David Drain with sports and his Final Four prediction.
Thanks, Savannah. With just under 1 month left in the NBA season, the MVP is unclear. Most of us simple-minded folk think that averaging a triple-double, which Russell Westbrook has done this season, is more than enough to lock up the award. But one must keep in mind this is an historic season. This is the only NBA season where 3 players have notched 10 or more triple-doubles after LeBron got his 10th last night against the Pistons. So, will it be LeBron James, who has his team first in the Eastern Conference and is almost a lock to advance to his record-breaking 7th straight NBA Finals? LeBron, as I mentioned, has 10 triple-doubles this year. Will it be James Harden, who has 16 triple-doubles and has led the Rockets to a resurgent season that has his team 3rd in the West and arguably the favorite to advance after injuries to Kevin Durant and LaMarcus Aldridge? Or will it be Russell Westbrook, who has 33 triple-doubles and has kept his team in the playoffs despite losing Kevin Durant, although they are a mere 7 seed and are likely to see a first-round exit when the playoffs start? Keep in mind that only one guy since 1985 has ever won the MVP with a team lower than a 2 seed, and that was Michael Jordan in 1988. Will Russell Westbrook be the second? We will see. March Madness has begun as teams have discovered their fate and begin to prep for their run at a championship. Playing games began Tuesday, starting with Kansas State taking down Wake Forest, and they will play Cincinnati in the round of 64. Next was a battle of 16 seeds that would come down to the very end as Mount St. Mary's would beat New Orleans on a last-second shot. Here is Mount St. Mary's after the win. Well, I hope Mount St. Mary's enjoyed that win because they have won the right to face #1 overall seed Villanova in the first round, and things are probably going to go a little differently on that one. So, along with March Madness comes brackets. And I filled out my 45 brackets, and they're all ready to go. So let's take a look at how I think it's going to go down this year and take a look at my official bracket. First, let's start with my boldest prediction. No #1 seed will reach the Final Four, and only North Carolina will advance to the Elite Eight out of the #1 seeds. I've got West Virginia, the top defensive team in the country, advancing to the ship. Hashtag Go Mountaineers, hashtag my favorite team, hashtag I'm not biased. UCLA is my other championship contender, led by Lonzo Ball and the best offense in the country. Duke and Oregon round out my Final Four, but it will be a battle of offense versus defense in the championship, with offense pulling it out late and UCLA cutting down the nets this March. That's it for me. I'll pass it over to Matt, who's in front of the Titan gym, to give us more on the Titans postseason matchup.
Cal State Fullerton will be hosting postseason play for the first time in school history. The men's basketball team will play in the Riley Wallace Classic tomorrow at 7 p.m. against Weber State Wildcats. Be on the lookout for Titan senior guard Trey Coggins, who is averaging 17.8 points per game. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. at the Titan Gym. I'm Matt Monhay. Back to you in the studio.
St. Patrick's Day is this Friday, so don't forget to wear your green or else get pinched.
Bianca, did you know that St. Patrick actually wore blue?
No, I didn't know that, so it's okay to wear blue on Friday.
Well, it didn't say that. Green became the tradition after the Irish gained independence from the British in the 18th century.
I guess you learn something new every day.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
Don't forget to follow us on social media.